Milton Academy. He attended his undergraduate program on this campus at Harvard College, and I'm sure he has some fond memories here at Harvard Law School. Or tiring ones. Under the Clinton administration, he served as the United States Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Rights Division and followed it up with a successful turn in the private sector. In 2006, my Democratic City Committee hosted a breakfast with all of the statewide candidates for local and statewide office. Excuse me. I got there a little bit earlier than the rest of the crowd. The room was almost empty, but one man wasn't wasting any time. He walked right up to me and said, "Hi, I'm Deval Patrick, and I'm running for governor." It was very validating that Mr. Patrick thought it was worthwhile to talk to the youngest person in the room. I was used to having politicians ignore me, even though I was an active Democrat and I always voted. He started to tell me about his vision for the Commonwealth, and I can tell you that his ideas impressed me. After his historic election in 2006, we've all been able to watch him advocate for citizens of the entire Commonwealth, especially young people, over the last 4 years. I've never heard of an administration that actually sent people to each college and university to talk to students and observe the problems for which so many campus officials were advocating state funding to fix. Governor Patrick has opened his office's doors and promoted government transparency, streamlined state aid offices to help us balance our state budget amid the worst financial crisis in decades, supported equal rights and health care coverage for every individual. He has invested in our future through education funding and support for green jobs and small businesses. The Young Democrats of Massachusetts is proud of his tenure in office, and our board of directors voted unanimously to endorse his re-election in January. We're very pleased to have him with us today. I give you the Governor of the Commonwealth.
Introduction. I appreciate it. Thank you all for the honor of your endorsement. I promise that you are part of this, and more to the point, that we are a part of you. This administration is about you. This campaign, this cause is about you. And I want to say a word or two about that. I want to first acknowledge Congressman McGovern, who is here today, and I see is here. Steve, it's great to see you. Are there other candidates here? Anybody else running for governor here? Good. I was just asked on the way in how I felt about being in this room, having gone to school at this school and taking a course in this very room, and it looks to me like things haven't changed so much. People still sit as far away from the front. I want to make a few points by way of really talking about where we are as a Commonwealth and where we're going. And then I'll open it up to some conversation and comments and advice. 4 years ago, I asked you to take a chance not on me, but on your own aspirations, on hope for an economy based on innovation and economic justice, on hope for better schools and decent health care, on hope for better politics. I asked you to support governing not just for tomorrow's headlines, but for the lives we knew we could change the day after tomorrow. And we have done what we said we would do. We said we would implement health care reform responsibly and effectively. And today, nearly every man, woman, and child in the Commonwealth has health care they can depend on. We said that we would support public education. And today, in the face of unprecedented budget challenges, we fund our public schools at the highest level in the history of the Commonwealth, and our students are #1 in the nation in student achievement. We said we would make Massachusetts the center of the innovation economy of tomorrow. And today we are the nation's leader in energy efficiency and the world's leader in life sciences and biotech, creating thousands of jobs now and out into the future. We said we would fix our neglected infrastructure. And today, there are more public works projects in public and affordable housing, road, rail, and bridges, on college campuses, and broadband expansion and water systems than ever in the state's history, employing thousands of men and women. We said we would change the way the people's work, your work, is done on Beacon Hill. And today we can celebrate a whole host of reforms, from tightening the pension and ethics rules, to shutting down the Turnpike Authority, to lowering auto insurance rates, and much, much more. And we said we would keep discrimination out of our Constitution, and so today you can marry anyone you love here in this country. Now, we've had our setbacks, thanks mostly to a global economic collapse no one foresaw. But unlike a whole lot of my predecessors, I think I'm right about this, Congressman, I haven't cut and run because it got tough. I didn't shrink from the tough calls if they were the right ones. Because when I think about what this economy has done to you, to your plans, to your expectations, how many of your lives it has turned upside down, it's only made me work harder to make sure that we did what we said we were going to do, because it makes a difference. And in fact, it already has. Our economy is outperforming 48 other states and is coming out of recession ahead of the rest of the country. CNBC says we're the 8th best state in the nation in which to do business, up from 15th just a year ago. All 3 independent rating agencies rate our fiscal strength higher than most other states in the country, and credit our successful management through this crisis as the reason why. And for the first time in 20 years, young people and families are moving into Massachusetts faster than they're moving out. This progress is real. It's real for the pile driver who has a job today because of the training program we put in place last year. It's real for the Iraq war vet who is growing a solar company and putting others to work because of our Green Jobs initiatives. It's real for the young cancer survivor who discovered and beat her breast cancer because of the health insurance that we were able to make available to her, and to the small business owners who will see their premiums reduced because of the steps we've taken to cap rates. And it's real for the young students all across the Commonwealth who are getting a better education today because of our funding support and reform initiatives. Thanks to you, we are making a positive difference in the lives and futures of real people all across the Commonwealth. The question I have for you is a very simple one. Are you ready to finish what we started? I want to be very clear, because it's that progress that's at stake in this election. That's the choice. The challengers are good and decent people, but they want things the way they used to be. They want to go back. I want to finish what we started. Let me just break it down for you so we are not at all in any doubt about what's at stake. Thanks to our work together, over 97% of our residents today have health care. The challengers want to walk away from that. We want to make it more affordable. We've kept our commitment to the public schools as the surest way to transform lives and strengthen our economy out into the future. We want to close the achievement gap and put a good school within reach of every student. The challengers want to gut the funding for public education. We are rebuilding our infrastructure, creating jobs today and a stronger economic foundation and quality of life out into the future. The challengers want to walk away from every one of those programs. We want a permanent end to the big D culture. We're growing opportunity by making Massachusetts a national and international hub for the innovation economy. The challengers say you and everybody else is on his or her own. We want to help get people back to work. We want to be on your side. See, the challengers want to do what's easy. We want to do what's right. And that's because we believe in an ancient concept called generational responsibility.